Here we go. Let's go. How you doing, guys? Welcome once again to Let's Talk Fishing. Mr. Poseidon, the talk show of the town. Hey, how you doing? Hey, let's say hello to the wife right now. Hey, honey, how you doing?
Hi.
What's going on over there? Hey, you feeling good?
All right.
Looking good, baby. Let's go. Woo! What's going on with the fishing boys? We'll talk about that in a minute. We got DJ Muller on tonight. If you don't know who that is, well, you're gonna know who it is after tonight, that's for sure. DJ Muller, my man. Guy's a fisherman, rock star, whatever you want to call him. Best of all, he's a fisherman, and he's a good one. We're gonna learn some things tonight. Woo! Let's go, let's go. Let's see some people out here. Who's out here? It's always a big task when I got to get on the reading glasses, honey. Yeah, let's go, let's go. All right, so we got Anthony Valentine. You're getting things started for me early. Anthony, introduce me to Stack Tackle. Great little company there. They're going to be sponsors at my tournament. All because of you, Anthony. You're the man, Anthony. Anthony last year came through when we had the... Let me lower this a little. When we had the longest and most accurate cast, I was short on bucktails. I forgot the actual bucktails that we were going to use. So Anthony was there. He had a bucktail. He came through. Anthony, you are the man, bro. You came through for that challenge for me. I'm never going to forget you, Anthony. But you are a rock star yourself, man, just for that reason, bro. Thank you so much. Let's keep going. Let's go, let's go. Eric Cabral. Took a hard skunking last night. Lost a half a dozen or super snacks to the yellow-eyed devils. Beautiful sunrise, though. Love it, buddy. Let's go, let's go. Gotta love those sunrises when fishing isn't going good, right? You barely notice them. But Danny D. Morales, I see you, Danny. How you doing, buddy? Frank Salamone, I just sent over your address today to Frank at Gabriel Tackle. He'll be sending your new reel that you won last week. That was the Saltex X2 series. Way to go, buddy. You are the man. Woo! Let's keep going. Outcast, buddy, we will be in Montauk for the first time this year. Coming up 23rd through the 26th. If you're there, I'm definitely going to stop by and say my hellos to you. Me and the wife are going to be there together. We'll be staying at the... What's the name of the place again, honey?
I think it's Beachcomber.
Beachcomber, there it is. Hey, we're staying at the Beachcomber. This is with the wife. So this is not a back seat, smell like ass for 2 days trip. You know, it's not one of those. This is one where you go with the wife and you have a good time. I know. DJ's laughing because he knows all about the ass. And we're talking about both kinds right there. Hey, let's go. John Francisconi, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you, John. Nice to speak to you today. Who else we got out there? Wormway. Happy Father's Day. That's right. That's right. Happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. Juan Gonzalez. Juan, what can I say?
Thank you, Juan.
Juan, you're going to end up giving us more money than you won last year. Juan Gonzalez, last year's winner of the 2024 Striper Challenge, came in first place. Congratulations, Juan. It was a hard-fought battle last year, but Juan, he came through. That's right. He's wearing a championship jacket to go along with that. Can't wear it now in the summer, I get it. But Juan, I got some news for you, buddy. So the guy who wins this year's challenge, they're going to be entered in something brand new also. So this year will make number 5. So we're going to have 5 winners. Next year, it's going to be a one-day battle, just the 5, and they're going to be battling for a ring, a championship ring. You see this ring I'm wearing here? It's not this one. So we're going to design a nice ring, and we're going to call it Champions of the Champ of Champions. And it'll be a 5-man group. It'll be a one-day thing. I'll be there just alone. It won't be a big tournament, but there will be that prize. And that ring that you're wearing is definitely not going to be a gumball. It's not going to be a gumball ring. If you know Mr. Poseidon, I do things the best. This challenge is going to be rocking out the Bahamas. Oh, talking about my challenge, let's talk about Bill Wetzel. Bill Wetzel's function, the Surf Rats Ball tournament that is happening right now as we speak. I've already been fishing for it. Can't come up with more than 19 inches, Bill. Sorry on this one, but I'm trying. So basically, I'm in the tournament. You guys should be in it too. How do you become a part of that tournament? Before tonight is over. Today is the last day you can join. I think it is, right? June 15th? I think it's cutoff day, 12 midnight tonight. So right after you're off with me, $35. That's it. $35 to join, to become a Surf Rats Ball member, which automatically ignites you into that tournament. You go, you join, you follow the rules, get a different number / whatever it's going to be code every week. So when you catch that fish, you got to show that code. I mean, it's a beautiful thing. That tournament's great. Well, you know, we're talking about countrywide right here. So there you go. Make sure you guys join. $35. Bill Wetzel, Surf Rats Ball. Tonight is the last night. Join! Join. I think Wombat's leading that tournament with a 48-pound striped bass. So get in before it's too late. Maybe you got a shot. Surf fishing with Bayside Dave. How you doing, buddy? Gabriel Tackle. There he is. He's saying DJ is the man. Woo! Gabriel, I was just telling Frank, you'll be getting your reel. He asked me for your address today. If you never asked me, you would have never got your reel. No, just kidding, buddy. All right, let's get that screen off, honey, so I can see everybody's name. Rick Talafaro. Rick gifted me this beautiful picture, guys. Check it out. Mr. Poseidon there on the bottom. I showed this guys to you last week. I want to show it again. And I want to say thank you to Rick Talafaro. You're a great guy, bro. Thank you so much. Joe Albanese, president of the Hudson River Association. He's on here tonight. Way to go, Joe. We delivered those rods yesterday. That was the Beast River. He was having his Father's Day function in Manhattan. I showed up in the morning. I dropped everything off. Unfortunately, we couldn't make it this year. My wife yesterday took her dad to the hospital. He's okay. Like every other goddamn time. Excuse my language, sorry. I want to upset the wife over here in the middle of all this, but took him to the hospital yesterday like we did all the other times, and he's just fine. He's fine. Hey, this is what happens when you get older. It's like me, honey, right? I bitch when I get in bed at night because I'm getting older. Give me sex, right? Don't I bitch? She hates me right now, but anyway. Woo! Surf fishing with Bayside Dave. Dave, what's going on? I got your buddy right here. Let's talk about him. I was down there, and I was at Surf City, Bait and Tackle. There it is right here. And that was in Jersey. And Dave happened to walk into the shop. And Dave's a wonderful cat. Big-time fluke fisherman. We're going to have him on during the summer. I think we got a date set. If we don't, Dave, please call me. We got to get that date set with you. This guy is a great surf bass fisherman, great fluke fisherman, just an all-around good fisherman. At-point surfcasting. When am I going to call you, Miguel? I got to call you, man, and it's not about chicken this time, brother. It's about the good stuff, the bags that this guy makes. At-point surfcasting makes some excellent surfing bags. I mean, top of the line. I do not talk about anybody's product unless I think it's good and he makes a good product. Way to go, Miguel. Order your bag today. I got to call you, bro, because I got to order some bags. I want to do some giveaways with your stuff. So thank you so much, Miguel. Let's go. Juan Gonzalez, thank you for that donation. We do take donations on the channel. It's the only way we're going to get there, bros. So basically, we're at what? $3,600. I'm hoping to get to $5,000 by October. That'll cover first prize. That's what I do with all the giveaways. What do you think? I'm flying to Hawaii with that money every week? Well, lucky we can get 2 hot dogs today with $20. It's expensive out there. But gentlemen, all of you guys, anybody who's ever made a donation to this channel, thank you so much, man. You guys are really freaking awesome. It's because of you that this whole freaking bonanza is happening. And it's my pockets that empty out. But I love you like a family. We never had kids. I tell my wife that we're super lucky that we met everybody. It keeps our youth up instead of sitting downstairs picking my nose watching TV. Come on. What better thing to do? You guys are all the best. Hey, Delco Joe, there he is. Delco, I got to get in touch with you within the next few weeks. We will be using Delco's ruler again this challenge. Because, why? Because I like the ruler. It's very, very practical. It's a nice little ruler. You roll it with your hands. How many times are you going to catch a 45-inch fish in one night? You're lucky if you catch one. You're not DJ Muller. It's not happening. One is it. That's it. That's all you're going to see for a while. But other than that, that ruler's great. I don't got nothing bad to say. This guy's an awesome guy. Let's go, let's go. Who else have we got out there? Edwin Rivera, you are the man. I love you, brother. Since the first show you've been at, you are the man. Dave Rayli, hey, y'all, what's happening? We are here, my brother, just with you. Travis LeRae, did I say that right? Travis LeRae towards the bottom there, honey?
LeRae, I think so.
I did, there you go. Uncle DJ, best fisherman I know. Woo! Got a lot of fans out there. Tom Hood. There he goes. Tom Hood. You are becoming a star, Tom Hood. You are known as the yak angler. That's it. You are the kayaker, the man. Yo, you want to know about kayaks and fishing, especially out there in the Massachusetts, Rhode Island area, make sure you talk to this guy. This guy is something else. Scott Stiletto. What's up, buddy? D-Bar, great deal, buddy. Good to see you, buddy. So happy. And my mom is out there. Mom, in all the shows I did, you never gave me a donation to the show. What's up? Come on. Thank you, Mom. I love you. Thank you for coming to my show and watching me all the time. Every week she's here, right, honey?
Every week.
Every week. Not like you. You miss some weeks, you know? You're not like my mom. Nobody has a mom like their wife. Forget about it. Oh, my goodness. All right, let's get over now. Rich Muller. Rich Muller. DJ, that's my brother. And Black, what's up, Mr. and Mrs. P? We are doing great, brother. Since you asked, cheers to my man.
Oops.
Ooh, I dropped it. Nothing spilled, thank goodness. That would have ruined the show. Danny D. Morales, thank you so much, brother.
Danny.
Can't wait for the New Jersey tournament. That's right. We have our first annual Jersey tournament. If you're in the first 100 that join, you get a shot at the Van Stall 200, and that's the X2 series. Hey, only the best here. And also you get a shot at a Van Stall Plier. So if you're going to join the New Jersey one, first 100 people, that's what you get. Anybody else that we got to say hello to that I missed? Brock, the cash. 5,000 first prize. This is Montauk. 5,000 first prize plus the championship jacket. Jacket's worth three grand, guys, and that's not an exaggeration. You put all the money I did in these 3D patches, the inner linings, you're walking around with a championship jacket made by Mr. Poseidon, period. Nothing is cheap I do, including all the products that I back. None of them are cheap, nothing. We're gonna be using GT Bucktails in Montauk this year. I'm super excited. This guy's awesome, so that'll be the most accurate cast. Let's go, let's go. What else we got out there, honey? Are we ready to introduce DJ? I think we are. Hey, let's go, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to meet the star of the show, DJ Muller. What's up, buddy? Woo!
You know, brother. I had to take a little nap there. Sorry, I had to.
That's all right, buddy.
Yeah.
Everybody takes a nap in those first 10 minutes of Poseidon's big mouth. That's right, buddy. How you doing, DJ?
That's a hell of an introduction, man. I gotta tell you.
Yeah, I should have done.
On there, you give hugs and kisses too. I love that. I think that's very the way to stay engaged. I love it.
Hey,
man. It's good.
I want to know what that sign says right behind you. It says, if something, I can't read it too good, but I want you to read it to me.
What sign?
Oh, okay. So we're not going to be reading that tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
If something offends you, let us know. We could all use a good laugh.
There you go. I love it. DJ Muller on my show. I'm so happy. Tonight, we're going to be talking about a few things. We're going to be talking about moon tides, new moons versus full moons, talking a little bit about gear, you know, what kind of belt are you carrying, you know, your structures, that works, best place to fish. We got a few questions we're going to be asking you tonight that I got lined up. I have to do my homework with guys like these. It's not like another Mr. Poseidon that I'm interviewing here. There's only one of me, and you got to be ready. You got to do your homework with these kind of guys. So, DJ, I respect you. Through all the stuff I heard after having when I had you on my show the first time, You know, and I didn't know. DJ, I didn't know. I'm sorry. But then everybody was calling, you know who DJ is? I'm like, who is he? He's Donald Trump. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. That's not true. Let's not lose half the people now on here. All right, Brooklyn Fishers, thank you so much, brother. $5 from Brooklyn Fishers. You're the man. I don't care if you're donating $1 to this show. That means you care. Look at Joe Albanese. Look at that.
Thank you, Joe. Thank
Joe,
you, Brooklyn
is that me in the
Fishers.
picture right there? Because that guy is a good-looking guy in that little clip there. Gotta love it. Joe Albanese, thank you so much. All right, back to DJ now. Go ahead, DJ. What you want to say, buddy?
I want to say happy Father's Day to all you mothers out there, all my friends, and you know, that's a great day. The fathers are what make us, right?
Yep.
That's right.
And we have a lot to be thankful for.
Absolutely.
So I want to say that, and then I want to say, I didn't know you were collecting donations. I guess I missed that one.
Nah, don't worry about it, DJ. You don't got to worry about that.
I'll send you some books, bro.
Oh, that's even better because then we can give them away. Make sure you sign them. Please sign them, bro.
I'll send 5 for you and another 15 for the handout. How's that?
Wow. I'll tell you what, DJ, is there any way this year? I'll tell you what, I'm going to say it on the air. My wife is definitely going to be like, what the fuck is wrong with you? So, excuse my language on the YouTube channel. But, DJ, I'm going to ask you, why don't you come up to New York, enter the Montauk Striper Challenge, and I will pay for your stay there. As you know, Montauk is an expensive fucking joint.
Oh, yeah.
But I would love to have you up there. I'll pay your stay. You stay for free. And you got to pay the $11 million plane ticket on the way up here. You know,
It's actually not that bad. It's affordable, actually.
yeah, they come in good prices at that time. If you need the dates, just call, let me know on the side. Again, the dates are what? We'll tell them now. 16, 17, and 18, right? 16
September?
In October. October. Yeah, I do it the third week in October every year, DJ. I'll tell you why. Because it's cheaper for the guys, man. You know, prices start to drop around the third week, but I'm lucky in a way. I'm a fisherman, so we're getting those colder waters later. So that's kind of helping out. Last year was a good year. The year before was a good year as far as hitting the fish, but the first 2 years of my tournament, oh my God, DJ. We had Indian summers those first two. And the water was glass. You were getting bit by black flies on the edge of the water. It sucked, and there were no fish. I think Gelso won with a 36-inch fish that year. Thank God he caught a striped bass. I don't know if there were any, but it was bad, though. But the last 2 years have been really, really good. So I'd love to see you up there. If you're into it, let me know or reserve a spot.
Let me consider it.
Absolutely.
You remember, we have the old equipment up there, and it's a lot,
Yeah, I know it is. I know it is, DJ. I understand. I wish if I hit the lotto in between, I can guarantee you're going to be at the.
You can drive down and pick me up, bring me up.
That's right, buddy. That's right.
Brother, yeah.
That's right.
Man.
I would love to do that.
What is that, October 14 to 16?
That's 16, 17, and 18. 3 days. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. My wife is double checking it right now.
I can't count that high, but I got you.
16, 17, 18. Yeah, we do it.
I wrote it down.
We do it Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Why? Again, for the Surfcaster. I can't do Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Number one, if we do the awards party, which we do Saturday night, if we do it Sunday, nobody's going to show up. Everybody's going home, DJ.
Yeah,
only the winners.
For work on Monday.
Yes, exactly. So we do it Saturday for an ending. But it's tough for some guys to get up there for Thursday, but you're allowed to come into the tournament an hour before it ends on Saturday.
Yeah, Thursday would be the night before the weekend warriors get there. That's definitely the night you want to get your work done.
Yes. And last year, the good nights were Thursday and Friday. Those nights were rocking nights for fishing. Hopefully it'll be a rocking night this year, guys, for you guys. You guys got a lot of great prizes this year. In Montauk, first prize, you got $5,000 with the jacket, $3,500 for second. Third is a $2,500. Fourth is $1,500. Fifth is and fifth is $1,000. So 1 through 5, you got some rocking prizes. I know this year I'm not going to mention any names until we see them, but there's going to be some rocking fishermen at this tournament. Remember, guys, I started with 17 guys, and it's grown now to basically 177 last year. We're hoping over 200 this year, but it's grown only because Mr. Poseidon does the right thing. I give you guys the best of the best. I'm not making money on these tournaments. This tournament is going to produce $60,000 in cash and prizes, and also it's costing to do the actual event $44,750. It's almost $45,000. So again, let's keep going. Gabriel Tackle, $5. Thank you so much, Gabriel. Pescadano of New York. Let's go, buddy. Pescadano, you are the man. Pescadano won last year's most accurate. And how did he win it? When he hit the cone, it's stuck in the cone. Automatic win right there. Accurate. Oh, Dave, surf fishing with Bayside Dave. I can't thank you, Dave, so much. I can't wait to have you on my show, Dave. Dave, you're an exciting guy when you're on my show. You've been on my show quite a few times. You are the man. You're a knowledgeable guy. You give out some great advice and some great pointers if guys want to catch any kind. This is, when is Dave going to be on, honey? Dave, do I have a date set with you?
Dave who?
That's Dave, Bayside Dave from Jersey. Yeah.
He's the man.
Yeah, he's a good guy. Let me tell you.
He's got an incredible story for you guys if he wants to share it.
Oh, he's got.
I have tremendous respect for this guy.
Yeah, Dave, if you're out there, I can't find you right now, Dave, because
he's out there.
Yeah,
he was on there before.
Well, we're gonna make a date with him, but you got some great guys. Yeah, oh, definitely. He's been on my show a few times. Now, DJ, let's get back to you and let's start talking about business here because it's 7:35 and I only got till 7:40. No, I'm kidding. All right, here we go. So, I know through your career, DJ, you're a phenomenal fisherman. From what I heard, especially having you on my show the first time, so many big-time guys called me and said, you know who DJ is? I'm like, nah, I don't know. I was told to put him on my show. This and that. And I heard a lot of great things. Even Alberto Nee had nice things to say about him. And when you got Alberto Nee talking about another fisherman saying good thing, that's a good thing. Alberto Nee's top of the game in his in the fishing world. Yet? Alberto Nee hasn't. I'm trying to get him on. Hopefully one day it will happen. But that's okay. He's a good guy. I like him.
His loss, man. His loss.
That's all right. No worries, DJ. I appreciate that. Okay, so let's talk about moon tides, DJ. And it's new moons versus full moons. I'm going to start out with a simple question. Which do you like better and why?
Between the full moon and the new moon?
Yeah.
I like, honestly?
Yeah.
I like neither.
Neither, huh?
Neither.
So you're saying
the full moon gets thrown out right away.
Okay.
For one reason is the brightness of the moon definitely impacts the fish and the way they see, and it makes it very difficult. It depends on the height of the moon. I've had a really high moon where I've done really good on it. I've had a low moon where the fishing is very, very difficult. I mean, almost impossible. On the new moon, right? And this is the one everybody likes, right? 4 days after the new moon, that's the tide. What happens on the new moon is you still have the same amount of water travel. You have the same time tide, 6 hours and 15 minutes for a tide, right? On your new moons, you have increased water speed because you have 2 feet more volume that has to travel through that span in the 6 hours, right? So what happens? The water has to move faster during those periods. What happens when the water moves fast? You'd say, well, the fish like to feed in fast water. Yeah. Yes, they do, but not that fast water. So, and this is my experience from fishing the islands, fishing Vineyard, Cuddy Hunk, March's Vineyard, islands up farther north, right? The coast of New England, all that. When the water moves fast, I've noticed that the fishing will peter off on the moons, right? Because if you have a full or new moon on the 7th, right? 7 days later, you have what? The quarter moon, which is a slower tide, right? You're in between the new and the full. So I did experimentation on one of the islands. I don't really want to say what island, but I did experimentation where I fished the new moon, the tides on the new moon, and then the full moon. The full moon was a dog that went out quick, was quickly eliminated. I fished on the new moons. I did not do well. You have fast water, too fast water, I think, on the islands where it's probably pulling 4 to 5 knots, probably, right? It's hauling ass.
Yeah.
Right? On the islands, even Montauk, right? On a regular tide, it's probably pulling at like 3 knots, which is pretty good. That's pulling pretty good. On the moons, when that water has to travel the same time slot, but a lot more volume, the tides will pick up to like 5 knots. Right? You're fishing water that fast. The fish, instead of coming into the shallows to feed on lobsters, crabs, they like to come into the grass, right? The bass is very comfortable inside 3-4 feet of water.
Wow.
Right? What do? They just go out, sit on the bottom, and sit on the conveyor belt. They sit under the tides, and
Sure.
the bottom structure is like this. They sit down low, and the water comes over them, and they come up, hit something right back in the hole. Right? It's far off from us. They can be a quarter mile out, 300 yards out, 100 yards out. They're 100 yards out. We're out of business, right? Because even on a long cast by us, if we're casting at 125 yards, you got the swing, you got the depth, you got the drop. You're in the strike zone for what? Maybe 7 to 10 seconds if you're jigging right, if you have the right size bucktail, so on and so forth. You have that to consider, right? The other problem you have that I've experienced with higher tides, right? A moon tide is the water comes up on those cliffs, hits that clay, and what does it do? It pulls that dirty water back into the shallows. And I think it pushes those fish off the beach a little bit. So I wrote it in one book. What I do I started fishing the quarter moons, all right? So I don't remember the numbers exactly, but I went up on a new moon, caught a small fish for 4 years in a row, 3 or 4 years in a row, right? So I said, screw it, I'm gonna go in and fish the quarters. Right. I went and fished the quarters, caught 100 fish up to 30, 40 pounds. I mean, it was a day and night difference. So much to the fact that I changed my trip schedules to fish quarter moon wide, because when the water slows down, those big fish, what do they like? The thing they love the most. Don't say herring, don't say bunker. What do they like the most? Lobster. They come into that grass and they like shallow water. Ask Mike Laptu how many big stripers he's seen in 3 feet of water. He said, you'll be amazed by it, right? What are they in there for? They're not in there playing around looking for like minnows that are big. They want a 2 or 3 pound lobster.
Well, the world record holder, right? Or is that book? I got it. There we go. So you probably know this guy. You probably fished with him. Greg Myers, right? Born to Fish.
Yep.
And he talks about his book when he caught his big fish that night. That, they love, striped bass here cracking. They bring other striped bass in. They're curious. Then it's a lobster area, and like you just said, they love lobster. I've heard everything from shrimp to lobster to squid, but lobster is what I hear of most. And the more I hear about it, the more I like to start to believe it. And especially hearing you tonight talk about it like that in 3-4 feet of water. They come into those grassy areas for one reason. They're looking for lobster.
Yeah, lobsters are, when I used to wade out, like, we go out to the reef, and then wade out 50, 60 yards a night, right? The wetsuit on, you're wading out, trying to get out to the edge of the reef, right? To where the fast water flows, where it drops off into deep water. I can't tell you how many lobsters I've seen when we were walking out there with the light on, and all of a sudden you see something.
Wow.
And they're fast.
They're fast. They're very fast.
Very fast. They're amazing.
Yeah.
So that would happen quite a bit. And another secret, this is the bonus for tonight. Something we used to do when we used to scout, a lot of scouting by day and you fish by night, right? Daytime, you put your shorts on and a t-shirt and you just walk the shoreline and you look for stuff.
Right.
You watch for water, you watch for your points and you're looking for good rocks out there to fish with good pulling current. But one thing, a pattern that I noticed was lobster claws on the beach.
Wow.
If there was a spot where I saw a lot of lobster claws on the beach within like 100 yards.
Okay, stop. DJ, I've heard a lot of stories, but I am so freaking bleeping interested right now. I can't even begin to tell you. So continue that, please.
It's one of the things I used to do. I used to walk along, and wherever the lobster, so this is what happens. Like, there'll be a lobster swimming around in the shallows, right? They hide behind the grass and the rocks and stuff, and the stripers are sniffing, right? And it's the same thing. They can hear them and all that crap. So what they do is they grab them, and then they take them over to the rock, and they bang them against the rock, and they knock their claws off.
Holy smokes.
And then they turn around and they swallow the body whole. because the claws will bite you, right?
Sure.
So they take them, they bang them off, they bang the claws off, and then they.
So when you're saying they bang them off, let's get a little more detail on this because I want to know
Let
too.
me give you an example.
Yes, tell me.
I was fishing. I think it was a Google man. I'm not sure. It was a darter, one that I love deeply, right? And I get its big fish, just crushes the thing, right? It drives right down. All of a sudden, you feel like boom, boom, boom. All of a sudden, boom, and here comes the lure floating up to the surface. He banged that bitch off.
So when you're saying he's banging, he's shaking his
head. They've been in the boulder fields and they hooked a decent fish on a metal lip or something.
Yeah.
And they feel like they're down, they bang it off, and it comes floating back up he did what he wanted to do. He got that thing out of his mouth.
Wow.
Right. Well, with the lobsters, they bang off the claws.
Yeah.
And then the claws wash up on the beach.
Wow.
So that's an area you want to target. It's worth considering, I should say. Right.
So another question. So if I'm hungry and the best meat is usually in those lobster claws, I should go hunting for those babies on the beach, baby. And when I see them, I better have a fishing pole with me.
That's right.
There you go.
The best story I heard was in Montauk was one of the fish markets had like a 17.5-pound lobster that one of the lobster boats caught, and they had it in a tank. So one of the tree huggers or whatever felt bad for the lobster, so he bought it. He took it down to North Bar and he released it. So that night, this guy's fishing, and he's fishing, and something's hitting his leg. He's kicking. He's like a log or something, right? He turns his light on. Guess what? Lobster dinner, baby. 17.5-pound lobster.
Nice.
He ate it, and he took the striper that he caught that night. He had lobster and striper.
Oh,
dinner.
man. Surfing.
That's a true story. That's a true story.
That's a captain's meal right there, baby. Awesome stuff.
Usually you buy like what, a 2-pound, 3-4-pound lobster? Imagine a 17-pound lobster.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's like the Kraken or something.
See, you know what? When people start telling me, 1.5 is the best tasting, you know what? Give me a 17.5, a bucket of butter, and that thing's going to taste delicious. I don't give a crap what you're doing.
Give me a 17.5 and a hook.
There you go, and a hook. Yeah,
boom,
boy,
baby.
Let's go.
So,
yeah.
Yes. So I'm putting it out there. You guys can do whatever you want, but I like the quarter moons a lot more now than I did, especially up in those fast water areas.
Yeah.
Which I consider all the islands where the water sweeps around. It's going to the North Pole. It's going to the equator. It's going to the North Pole. It's going to the equator. Like the tides, right?
Right.
The gravitational pull around those islands. That water pulls fast. Like there's nothing stopping that. You're out in the open ocean. Like Cuddy, the Vineyard, all those. You're in open water, man.
That's
right?
pretty cool,
Wow.
DJ.
A lot of water movement. So I like that. So what I started, and I do a lot of experimentation. I fished some of those islands for a month straight. I used to do 2-week shots so I can fish the different moons and see how fish travel around the different islands.
Wow.
It's in the Block and Cuddy book has a lot of that stuff in it. A lot of my findings and experimentation, which is fascinating stuff. So.
It is fascinating. I love hearing this tonight. So this is a first for me. We got from full moons to quarter moons right now. And I'm thinking right now, look, it's a quarter moon. Let's go, baby. DJ, let's go.
Well, that's not all of it. The other thing you got to realize, you have to fish the tides you want to fish.
Right.
Like, and I'll definitely have some good arguments with some high-end guys, top-level guys on what they like to fish.
Yeah.
I like to fish the incoming, especially in the summertime.
Okay.
Because why?
Tell me.
The incoming tide is cooler, right?
Oh, yes,
and the water
definitely.
gets in the 70s, the bass aren't crazy about that temperature, right? The incoming tide's the water that's out off the beach a little bit, right? When it comes in, it's cooler water. So you might have a drop of water temperature from 72 degrees in the daytime to make drop down to 67, 65 maybe at night on the incoming, because it's deep water coming in off the ocean, right?
DJ, just 1 second. I want to make sure everybody's catching this. I'm going to get real close to the camera for this one. Oh, I'm not going to kiss anybody. Don't worry. But listen to me, guys. Did you just hear what he said? Why does he like fishing the incoming time in the summer? Because simple. This is just simple. This is just common sense, like Trump. This is like common sense right now. Basically, the incoming water is colder water. Summertime, it's warm. So you want that cool water. Bass, they like cool water. Not freezing, but very cool water they do like. So basically, he's telling you right there's a good one. If you're coming out and you're going fishing somewhere in the summer and you don't know. Now, listen to me. And you don't know, follow that philosophy. I think that's a good one right there. Incoming tide. colder water in the summer. Let's go, let's go. Now, if they're hitting on the outgoing, tough good noogies. You didn't do your fucking homework. Go ahead, DJ.
Well, here's the thing, too. Like,
Yeah.
it could be that, right? But it's very scientifically based, a lot of the striper fishing. And this other book I have sitting in my laptop that's not published yet, Advanced Surfcasting, covers a lot of this stuff, right? So if you have the tide, you have to find the tides you want, because you want. Well, no, let me change it. So fishing in Jersey, right?
Right.
I fished hard in the spring, right? We had all those where we have the North Carolina fish coming north, have the Hudson River fish coming out.
Yes.
Right. And they meet right on the Jersey Shore, right in our wheelhouse. And for about almost 10 years, we had those massive blitzes, right, where you catch 20 fish a night, nothing under 25, topping out over 50, right? Every night when it happened, it didn't happen every night, but every night when it happened, which was like pretty much every third night, you can write it down. That's when it would happen, right? And we'd have these colossal blitzes, and the fish would just stuff themselves, right? When did that stop? And I watched this. I kept records. I watched everything. When the water hit 70 degrees, those fish were going north, up in the cooler water. That was a guarantee. So obviously, right, when the water gets to be over 70 degrees, the fish kind of like go into summer patterns. They kind of calm down. They kind of, metabolism drops, or they migrate north. So that's why a lot of my fishing was done in the summertime. July and August were like top spots, top dates in Block, Cuddy, not the Vineyard so much. It's hard to stay up there. Maine is really good in July, August. Why? It's all based on water temperatures. So that is key to pay attention to. So it's common sense. If you're fishing in the summertime, the shallow waters, high tide, it's sunny day, shallow's gonna be warm when that tide will go out, and then when the incoming comes in, the water temperature drops and the fish go on the feed. It's very scientific. So
Very cool.
I wanna say, I just wanna imply or reinforce the fact that it's water speed, it's water temperature, too high a tide, too much water speed can all impact your fishing. Yeah. And the other thing I want to say is I fish mostly artificial. So I like to pencil before dark. I go with rubber, lead after dark. So I pretty much am strictly lead and rubber and bucktails after dark. And then darters get mixed in. And I love metal lips in the boulder fields at night, right?
Yeah.
Or first light.
Wow.
Right? But it's not as productive as the rubber. So
very cool. I got some great info from you, and I know the guys did too, GJ. This was just pretty much awesome information. There he is, Bruce Bain, Mattatuck Surf Rat. He's president of the Narragansett Surf Club. What's up, buddy? Good to see you. We're here with DJ Muller tonight. Awesome guy, great fisherman. And as you can see, you guys are getting some great tips tonight, especially my number one tip, which I love right now, is in the summertime, fish those. And that's if you don't know. If you don't know what the fish are hitting on, you're just going out there randomly. And it's in the summertime, go out there and hit that incoming tide. Why? Because the waters are cool. Well, go ahead, DJ. Talk to me.
I didn't say it because I didn't think I have to, but it has to be nighttime. It has to be in the dark.
Ah, there you go. And also mentioning...
Because remember...
Yes.
Striped bass, I know they have eyes, right? But
yes,
they don't have eyelids, right? So when the lake gets really bright, they can't control that. So what do? They drop out into 30 feet of water where it's dark, right? And then at night, as soon as the sun goes down, they make their move into the beach. Remember, bass want to fish in skinny water. They want to push the bait into skinny water,
yes,
right? Mostly, and I'm not saying the big girls, because the big girls like the rips, the deep, fast rips, right? But everything else likes to feed inside the reef at night. That's where all the bait is. That's where the crabs are. That's where the lobster is. Everything is inside, in tight, right? And anybody that has fished a lot, you go out there, you pencil, the sun's still up, you're not getting anything. As soon as the sun starts to go down, all of a sudden you start seeing life. You're getting hits, you're getting rolls, you're getting a fish here, you're getting a fish there, right? Why? Because the fish are making the move back into the shallows at night. Bait, schools of bait, you know where they're safest at? Open water.
Open water, huh?
Yeah, you know why? Because very hard in open water for a bass to nail a bait because they're in a school, they're tight, they're moving together.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of reasons, right? But bait wants to be in open water where they're safe. Once they get pushed into the rocks, into the sandbars, into all that, they get dispersed and very easy to get nailed. Once they get broken up, they're dead. If you guys want an education, watch Blue Planet and watch how the tuna and the sharks and all that hit those sardines. It's exactly the way the stripers behave too. They want to school them up, push them into the shallows, break up the schools, and eat whatever's out. So keep all that in mind. Nighttime, from dusk to dawn, that's your time slot.
Yeah, I want to get into something else that we didn't talk about, but I want to ask your opinion on it. So basically up here now, we got this guy in Canada. I forgot his name. He's got a fleet of ships. In Canada, they have a rule, 2.5 miles out, you can't catch anything inward towards that. So you got to be out at least 2.5 miles. But here in the States, we don't have that. And he sends all his boats down here. He's picking up all the bunker, the omega oils that they want. And when all I'm hearing is last year and this year, especially this year, there's not a lot of the big bunker. So, I think that's a little bit of a disadvantage to us, DJ, especially in the fall season where a lot of these fish will get pushed up towards the shore where the surf fisherman is. And we're not getting all the action. You know a little bit about that? Talk about that a little bit. Tell me, buddy.
Because we lived, in Jersey there. We bunker, that's our main bait right there, right? In the spring. Still is. So we would back in the 80s, Mega Protein would come in there and they would take as much bunker as they wanted. And they'd come in, they have airplanes and factory ships and chase boats and netters and planes, airplanes, and they'd find all these schools. They'd come in for like 5 days maybe, and they'd wipe out every bunker of the Jersey Shore.
Wow.
Everything. And we had nothing. And that's protein for the bass too, because they need that to grow.
Yeah, of course.
Part of their ecosystem, right? So we had a group down there that stopped that. They were called the Salty Dogs, and they got a law passed where the bunker boats couldn't come within 0.8 of a mile to the beach.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
That saved the fishery recovered quickly. And as you know, bunker are very fast fish. They're very high reproduction rate, and they grow very fast. There's 3 years they're full grown. So they can recover very quickly. And that's something to remember too. Whereas a bunker goes to full size in 3 years.
Right.
To tog, blackfish takes 40 years to become big. So if we put a lot of pressure on blackfish and we wipe them out, they're not going to come back. They can't recover fast.
Yeah, right.
So that's something we got to keep in mind too.
Wow.
But anyway, so once they passed laws to control how much bunker they took, the bunker came back, the big bass came back, where we had a moratorium in the 80s. By the time the early 2000s came, it all recovered, and we had great fishing. We had bunker. I mean, not like pool-size pods, not like acres. We had like miles and miles of bunker. We had so many bunker, the fish just were like, screw it. They could just eat whatever they wanted. It killed the fishing, kind of took the edge off the fishing.
Wow.
But man, that brought the fishing back. And then we got those big fish. They were well fed. They were doing great, and it was great. So the same thing happened in Chesapeake Bay, where the omega proteins from Virginia, right? They would clean out that whole bay. They still do, and that's why the bay sucks. The Chesapeake Bay is wiped out.
Yeah, it's wiped out, man. What's up with that, DJ?
That's the bunker.
Wow.
Because they catch them all. They're only supposed to take 1 million metric tons a year. They take more. They take whatever they want. There's no
Jesus
regulation.
Christ.
They wipe out. They deplete the stock, and there's no life because bunker brings life, right? You have the stripers. You have everything that the weak fish, all trout, all that stuff. They all feed on that. And when you would take out that whole part of the ecosystem, it'd be like if they took food away from humans.
Yeah, right.
We wouldn't do that great.
Yeah, I would go nuts if somebody took McDonald's away from me. Let me tell you right now. Would go absolutely nuts.
Yeah, then you're broke, probably.
Yeah. They just better not catch all those halibut because that's where they're getting all their fish fillets from, and that's my favorite.
Halibut's good eating, man.
Yeah, very good. Very good. Very good.
Halibut.
Absolutely. Hey, man, DJ, great to have you on the show tonight. It's not over yet, but I just want to let everybody know DJ Muller right here live on the show. I mean, this guy's a top fisherman, surf fisherman in the industry. He knows his fishing. He's fished practically everywhere. He's down in Florida now fishing. He's fishing for whales right now as we speak. No, I'm kidding. But he's a great fisherman, and we're getting some great knowledge tonight. Even me, myself, no matter who I have on as a guest, right, honey? I'm like, remember last time I was with you, I was like, honey, remember he said that? And you were like, oh, he's a retard. If I tell that guy's name, he's going to kill you. You know that, right?
That's not true. I never
No, she never said that. Yeah, right. Let me not disagree with her right now. Let's say hello to a few more people. Ulysses Diaz, what's up? Bruce Bain, we said hello. Willie J, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Also, we got Big Sis Wolf. We didn't say hello to her. How you doing, Big Sis Wolf? Good to see you.
Eric Cabral.
Yeah, Henry Lacrosse is here tonight. Hey, what's up, Henry? How you doing? Henry went out with us that night. Remember, honey? We had dinner with him out in Narragansett. That was awesome night. Supposed to be like 10 of us. In the end, it was 3 of us. But anyway, it is what it is. That's how it is. Ange G, yo. What's going on, Ange? Good to see you, buddy. Who else didn't we say hello to? If I missed anybody, I'm sorry. I'm right here. I'll say hello as quick as I can if you tell me. Other than that, we got DJ Muller on. We're having a great conversation here tonight. We're going to walk over to some other questioning right now. So let's move on, DJ, because I know you could stay in the subject all night and we can discuss it all night and everything will be interesting. But I need to say some things for the shows in the future. That's for sure. So let's go on next. Let's talk about reading water. What do you look for in the water when you are fishing? Signs, erosion, rock formation, sandbars. Let me have it, DJ, from your perspective.
I look for fish, basically.
There you go.
And if there's fish, I fish that spot.
It's a beautiful thing.
I know it's hard. I know it's tough. I know.
The secret to fishing: fish with DJ, and you'll catch fish. Yeah.
Find a fish that's feeding, and you'll never go hungry.
There you go. Charlie the Wolf of Rhode Island. Remember, I was out with him in Rhode Island one night. Charlie passed away last year. Young guy, had a bad heart. Sorry, Charlie. His sister's on tonight, by the way, DJ. Big Sis Wolf. She supports her brother and probably support him forever. DJ, Charlie the Wolf of Rhode Island was an amazing fisherman. I would put him in the category as with you. I don't want to disrespect you or anything, but he was a good fisherman. He was a great fisherman. And he was an awesome fisherman. I remember I was out with him one day, and he was nailing fish left and right. 4 fish in a row, and I got nothing. And he turns around to me, and he says, it's on my video, too. He says, if we were on an island right now, you'd be starving. And I was like, you know what? I believe you. But that was Charlie. Charlie was a great guy, and I'm glad I got to know him. What's that?
Do you know what his last name was?
No, I don't. I don't know Charlie's nice name. Big Sis Wolf, if you're out there, if you want to reveal that, please let us know Charlie's last name. I never knew Charlie's last name. I never asked it. But
what town he lived in?
He was in Narragansett. And
he lived in Narragansett?
Yeah, he was in Narragansett. And he knew every nook and cranny. He had, I swear
Charlie from Tiverton had just passed, a good friend of my friend, Dave Anderson.
Oh, and he loved Dave Anderson. Dave Anderson was like his favorite. He gave me lures from him and said, this is the lures you got to use.
That might be him.
That might be him. Let me see what's going on. Big Sis Wolf, we're waiting for you. Charlie Wolf, she says.
I didn't know his last name either. I want to check into it, though.
Wow, pretty cool,
Charlie,
though.
yep,
But
Charlie,
that's all right. But check him out. Charlie was known. He was a boat fisherman, surf fisherman. I know he was fishing that Block Island area. He would always, text me, look, 650s in a row. But that Block Island area, when you're in a boat, produces in the outer waters. Be nice. Yeah. Will Walker, Wolf says also. Is that really his last name, Wolf? Charlie the Wolf? I don't think so. But anyway, I believe you, Will. Will is 401 Plugs, guys, if you know. Wolf, Will Walker, you make a great product, bro. You're on top of the game because you do make great product. I love your daughters. I mean, you are the man, bro. You support me at my challenge every year. You're just a good guy all around. I have a wonderful wife, and you do the right thing for the surf fishing industry. And that's enough said, okay? Other than that, let's go over.
So you want to talk about finding fish?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, so let's start by saying finding striped bass in general. Right? So you have striped bass,
Right.
and you have big bass. So there's two different categories. So when looking for a striped bass, I look for three things, basically. I look for structure. Oh.
Nice striped bass there for you. Little
Oh.
red, white, and blue.
I don't think I've caught that one. So I look for structure.
Yeah.
I look for water speed, and I look for wind. Those three things are key. So regardless if it's sand or boulder or a river or a canal, right? You want to look at the structure. And the thing about structure that you like is where it goes from shallow water to deep water. That works good. It works good on sand. It works good on the edge of a reef. It works good everywhere. Because the bait likes to push up into the shallows to hide. You know, when they're busted up and they're scared, they push up in the shallow water, right? Bass will patrol that deeper water and wait for that to happen. So that's number one. So it could be anywhere. And when I scout, which I spend a lot of time scouting before I fish.
Wow.
I'm going to say this. There's two things. You have to think before you go, right? And then once you think and you come up with a plan, then you execute that plan. It's 2 steps. You spend a lot of time scouting and looking for a spot that you think is going to be dynamite, right? So one of the things I used to do is, like, when I scouted places that I didn't fish normally, like, you know, I go up to an island for a week. I want to be there for a week. That's not a place I fish all the time. It's a place I fish for a week a year, maybe 2 weeks a year. Right? You go up and you spend a lot of time just watching the water. And the key is you read the water the same time slot that you're going to be fishing at night. Right? So you want to see those seams set up, and you want to see how fast the tide is dropping and how the water's sweeping around that point.
Right.
All that stuff by day, the same time you're going to fish it at night. It's sometimes hard to do, but that gives you a huge advantage. Because when you're going out at night and you're in the dark, it's all black ink, man. I was like, this is black ink. It's nothing. You turn the light on and you can see right to the bottom. It's crystal clear, right? So I spend a lot of time on structure, and then finding a spot I absolutely love, right? How fast the water's moving. That makes a big difference. When the water's moving pretty good, the fish like to feed.
Right.
And the third thing is the wind. It has to be a favorable wind. So if I ever had wind pushing across the point or across the boulder field or across the point on the boulder field, and I had the tide moving in the same direction, it's going to be a good night, guaranteed, right? As long as there's fish in the area. That's the premise. As long as you're in a fishy area, right? You're in Rhode Island in July, August, September, right? The fish are there. You just got to figure it out. And then the other thing, the wind is a key component. So if I ever had wind against tide, I go find another spot. Because wind pushes water. Wind gives you wind speed, right?
Right.
Gives you water speed. If you have wind with water, you have great flow. If you have wind against water, you have it standing it up and it slows it down. So this is your tip. If you cast straight out and you reel straight back in, you're wasting your time.
Wow.
You're not going to have a good night.
Wow. You guys listening to this, wake up! Wake up and listen to this right now. Say that again, DJ.
The other thing I want to say is wake up.
Say it again. Say it again, buddy. I want you to say it again.
I said, if you have wind with tide, you're going to have a good night. If you have wind against tide, you're going to go home. Go home or go find another spot. If you cast straight out and you reel straight back in, that means there's no sweep. You're done. Go take a break. Go home. Go play checkers. You know.
There you go. There you go. Love it.
That's very important for fishing for any kind of fish, right?
Right.
I mean, like sometimes I'd go camp with the family in Connecticut, and I go
Sure.
out to Weekapaug Point, like sight unseen, right? I didn't scout it. I just went out there in the dark. I seen the rocks. I just drove around a little bit, found a spot. Oh, this looks really good. Look at the way this water's sweeping around here, and also in the dark, right?
Mm.
I went out there and I had 2 30-pound fish within 45 minutes. And then went home, went back to the campground.
That's the
it's
best, man.
That's because you're looking at.
Why you going home, DJ? What the fuck, man? We just got here, bro. I caught 2 45-pound fish, bro. I'm on the way home.
I snuck out of the tent.
There you go.
You know what's going.
There you go. DJ, I'm so glad I got to know you. You're a wonderful cat. Listen, just want to let you know that we got a guest calling up tonight. He's going to call up. He does the fishing report on Long Island. This guy, his name is Javier Rodriguez. Just a wonderful cat who knows his fishing in Long Island. He's going to give us a little fishing report on Long Island. He should be calling in any minute. I'm waiting for him to call in, so I want you to hear him. He's dynamite guy. I think you're going to like it.
What, Will? What?
Me and the crazy man spent a lot of time fishing in Long Island in the summer.
Oh, really?
Me and Crazy Al.
Yeah, Crazy Al. Crazy Al, let me tell you, man. That guy is a master with the big fish. Now, I know you and him probably have some battles because you're up there in the same class. You guys know how to catch the big fish. You know. Yo, bro, what I heard tonight with the lobster, God forbid I see a fucking lobster tail on the beach or a lobster claw, and I don't have my fishing rod. Oh, that's it. I'm not even going to talk to you again. That's it. I'm not in call. Did you have your fishing rod, Mr. P?
I wish I had the picture. I have a picture when we were on Cuddy of
right.
like a 25-pound bass. And we'd keep one and we'd cut it up and make fish head soup out of it. This one guy
love it.
that we used to fish with used to make it. Oh, my God. It was so
love
good.
it.
But anyway, so I have a picture of a 22 and a half or 23-pound bass, gutted, and two coal lobsters sitting like right there beside each other.
Right.
It's a great shot. It's actually in my first book, I think. But it says it all. It's like 2 lobster that were like probably 16 inches long out of the belly. Wow. And they're all red. Like the gastric juices already turned them, we started digesting them already, but it's like amazing.
It's just unbelievable.
I learned a lot just by seeing that. That's enough said, right?
Oh, yeah.
You want to get into the next step?
The next step I want to get into is I want to go to the store. I want to buy a lobster tail and put it on my fucking hook. That's what I want to do. Excuse my language. I went a little off tonight because I'm very excited. I've learned some new things tonight, and I'm wondering how many of those nights did I waste. Can you hold on a second, DJ?
Sure.
Just hold on a second. Honey, you want to take this and then pass it over to the screen here? Hold on, guys. We're just working on this right now.
Oh, you probably have to turn on
the Bluetooth. Yeah, I got it on. And how do you do that? You better fix that because I'll divorce you. Oh, he's on? Chris, are you there? No, excuse me. Hold on. Hold everything, guys. This is the wrong guy I got here. Hold on. Let me put the Bluetooth on.
Oh, hung up.
Okay, let's try it again. We'll wait. We will wait.
Okay, here we go.
Chris.
Okay, hold on.
And we'll put him on the Bluetooth.
Yeah, put him on the Bluetooth. There you go. Sorry about that, guys.
Okay, go ahead.
Hey, how you doing there? All right, so check it out. Do we have Javier on? Javier, are you on?
Yes. How are you?
Javier Rodriguez. Finally, bro. I met you in Long Island, Javier. Wonderful cat. All you did was talk about, let's talk about you. How you doing, Javier? And you do these fishing reports, so tell me a little bit about that.
Well, first I'd like to say thank you for having me on the show tonight. And, I was really disappointed, because I was out this morning and the goddamn dogfish were everywhere. So, if you're throwing the chunk out, you got to watch out for the pups. They're all over the place. And, the wind was blowing and then I had the huge sweep. So I had to put on a heavier weight, to keep it out there. But it was terrible today. But anyway, the fishing report has been fantastic. You know, guys are catching, you know, stripers out east, you know, all the way out to the Shinnecock and the, you know, at the South Shore and the North Shore. They're catching, you know, all this, you know, the fluke is on fire right now out there. And, you know, during the week, when I was landing on some, you know, fish all over the place, a little schoolies, and then, you know, I had a couple of big slot size, and then, you know, guys are getting on the chunk, and with the Bill Wetzel tournament, you know, everybody is, you know, starting to catch some big cows.
Yeah,
so it's amazing.
You know what? I got to say something, Javier.
Yeah.
You sound like Arnold Schwarzenegger a lot, so I
Yeah,
don't know
well,
how true that is, but I don't know if anybody's ever told you that, but, you know, I heard you on the beach that day, and I was like, dude, you sound like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
No, but I get it all the time, buddy. You know, when it's just, you know, when I'm out there, you know, I don't even look like the guy. You know, I got dark skin. You know, with all these people, you know, they once they hear my voice, you know, they say I was adopted or something from this guy. So,
So
but, you know,
I just want to let everybody know that I did have Arnold on my show about a year ago, honey. He was on my show.
Yeah.
I met him in the city, told him about everything, and the next thing you know, he was on my show. But now we got Javier Rodriguez.
Yes.
Javier Rodriguez. Guys, how many guys are you going to meet with that name, Javier Rodriguez? Are you catching on now? So, Javier, tell me a little bit about how the season has been going out there in Long Island, because last time I met you, you were bitching, and all I kept hearing was the F-bomb, and it doesn't sound good in your
yeah, well,
way
I try not to swear that much, but you know, when you're not getting anything and you see guys pulling them out and you're right next to them and you're like, God damn it, you know, what the hell am I doing wrong? But you have to throw out, you know, whatever you have in the bag, and then sometimes, you know, you go out there with the chunk and you're killing it. So, but the spring has been terrible. I mean, the weather, you know, has been crappy, and the rain, and then the winds, and then but next week I'm thinking that you know, everything's going to be back to normal. We're going to get the heat, and then with the new moon is coming, and then, you know, hopefully all these Chesapeakes will be coming down. Right now I am hearing that they're in Brooklyn and they're adding all that area over there. So, you know, hopefully they're coming down soon, and you know, we can get some more big fish coming here.
That's awesome, man. That's Javier, man. I'm really glad I met you. I know you told me you would do this for me, so I'm going to be calling you up here and there. But thank you so much for this tonight. I mean, the guys, anybody who have any questions for Javier out in Long Island, we're going to take them because we got to get back to DJ Muller. Javier, I got DJ Muller. He's a excellent fisherman up and down the East Coast. Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
The pleasure's mine, my friend.
Thank you. You know, Eric, we have to get together, you know, and get out there and get some fish, and you know, it'll be a great time together, and you know, hopefully, you know, we get into this tournament. At the final of the tournament, some of these guys will start pulling out, you know, maybe 50-pounders. Who knows? They might be here soon.
Hey, Javier, you did promise me you might show up in a helicopter this year, so hopefully that'll all come true. Up in the first parking lot, that's the upper parking lot. You try to land in the second one, you're going to be taking some guy's head off if we got 200 guys there. So
we have to clear everybody out of the way when I'm coming.
Let me tell you, Javier, it's a pleasure to meet you. I know what you did to do this for me. You're a very nice man. I met you, and I thank you so much. And I know everybody else thanks you out here. Anything else you want to leave anything off with anybody?
Well, basically, you know, just when you're out there, guys, you know, you just, you know, have a little patience. You know, the fish are there. You have to work hard for them. You know, a lot of guys on the plastics and then the lures, you know, they're working. And then, you know, the chunk is working too, you know, whether the clams or you got, you know, the bunker head, you know. So the chunk's always there. And then, you know, you just have to keep grinding and pushing yourself. That's it.
Thank you. Thank you, Javier. Javier, if you don't mind, maybe we'll give you a call next week. If you got time. I understand. I don't want to push it right now, but
I'll let
thank
you know
you,
what's
Javier.
going on, you know, towards the end of the week.
Thank you, Javier. God bless you, brother. Have a great night. Thank you. Thank you.
Ciao.
Thank you, buddy. All right, there you have it, guys. That's Javier Rodriguez. That's right. Don't ask me if it was Arnold. Just make sure you believe Arnold Schwarzenegger. So he's a great guy. I met Arnold in the city about a year ago. I begged him right there. And I made so many phone calls to get him on my show, and he finally came on. And he was on for about a good 20 minutes. What a great guy. He does fish. For you guys that don't know, he does fish. He's a freshwater fisherman. But he wants to get out there in the saltwater. And maybe this year he might show up, man. So that would be really cool. That would be probably the coolest thing that can happen to Mr. Poseidon. Especially after losing my shirt the last 5 years. But anyhow, other than that, as long as you guys are happy and having a great time, I don't care. Gotta say hello. Fishing the Atlantic. What's up, buddy? Good to see you. I'm going to be fishing on his boat again real soon. Captain Calvin, that's what we call him. He's the man. Got me on some stripers that day. Well, got the other guys on some stripers. I lost one as I was bringing it in, but we still had a great time. Calvin is going to have you on that boat, going to make you catch some fish, and at the same time, you're going to be having a great time. Okay, let's get back to DJ right now. DJ, back to you again. We were talking about, in the water when you're fishing, signs, erosion. Let's go on a little further. What about best places to fish? We're not talking about actual spots, nouns. We're talking about, what do you think is good? Do you think that tides are good? Do you think that moons are good? Do you think that rocks are good? You give me your perspective on that question.
Yes.
Yes, it's good. Let's all go fishing and go, yes. Fuck that, bro. Let's go.
So if we're talking about, like I said, there's two different types of striper fishing. There's striper fishing, and then there's striping for big mama fish.
Right. You hang out with Alberto too much.
If you're entry level, right, you just want to catch stripers.
Right.
We talked about that already. If you're higher level, you want to start moving into catching mamas, right?
Mamas, bro.
And because there's a lot to that, right? One is it's not a guessing game. It's more of a scientific game.
Wow.
Like, yes, you can go out there and catch a big one, get lucky, and just the stars line up, and you cast your darter out there, and big fish is swimming by, and you put it in its face, and you catch one, right? But to catch big fish and catch them consistently is a skill, right?
Yes.
Anybody, like, you have one big fish, okay, you have one big fish, right? Good job, whatever. Now show me like 50, or show me, 50 over 40. Show me, 10 over 50, or whatever the hell. Can show me a couple of 60, whatever. That's right. That's what it's made of. So, so again, like when I'm looking for big fish, the first thing I do is I sit down and I think about where. The first question is where, right?
Right. So
it has to be a place where big fish pass frequently, or they live frequently, or they, like Alberto used to say, you have to find a fish highway, right?
Yes.
Where the big fish come back and forth all the time. That you can do, all right? Dig around, do some homework, burn some gas. Like I've been all over the place. I've seen tons of areas and all kinds of stuff, and you find a couple spots where you're like, this place is good. Not only is it like a place of legend, but it's also something that you identify, use your skill, use your brain, and say, this is a good spot. There's fast moving water, good bait supply in the back. Let's say it's like like an outlet, an inlet outlet, right? Good bait supplies in the back. It's a migration period. It's June. This place should be really good with eels on the outgoing in mid-June, right? Now I'm using this generically, but everybody's saying, oh, I know that spot now, right?
Right.
Yes, but that's what you have to do. You have to find spots. If they're not near you, guess what? Burn the gas. You want to catch the bass, you got to burn the gas, right? So the first thing you have to find out is where. Okay, deep water close to shore, fast moving water, drop offs, all that. Perfect, right? And big fish have to be present, which brings you into when you want to do this, right? So it's probably during the migration period, unless you're living in one of those places where you have 50-pound, 60-pound fish swimming around your rock pile anytime, which could happen. Massachusetts, Rhode Island has spots where you catch big fish all summer.
Sure.
Right? They're there, right? Find out where, find out when, and then the next question is, with what? So, now, I know Long Island guys are heavy in the chunking, right?
Yeah.
Rightfully so, right? You catch big fish, on chunks, right?
Sure.
I like the sport of fishing artificials to catching big fish. So it's just a matter of what you want to do and what so when you start going to the islands and you want to fish eels, well, guess what? They're not selling no eels. You got to go, take your eels with you. So we used to stop at in Rhode Island and pick up like 100 eels. We got 100 at a time, and ice them, put them in. We had a whole bucket system set up, and we take them out there and then get them out on the island and you put them in water and then you keep the the aerators going, all that shit. It was a pain in the ass, right? And then you go out there, you have 10 eels. Everybody divides your eels up. You go out 10 eels and you catch your first bass. You go grab another eel and you only have 2 eels in the bag because there's a hole in your bag and they're going out the corner, and that gets real tired real fast. So I just started fishing like big rubbers, and when Steve McKenna and those guys started fishing the sluggos and catching legit fish with that, I kind of picked up on that, and I was like, sluggos are good, but they're not good in rough water, not good in fast water because they plane. So then I got into lead heads and bucktails and mega shads and all that stuff, and they were super productive. You have a rubber that's like scented,
right?
God damn.
When you say scented, brother, explain to these guys what you mean by scented.
Oh, well, like the mega shads before they came out. I mean, when they first came out, they were called wave worm, tiki shad. I don't know.
Okay.
They had somehow weird name, right? But the thing was they were scented, like, right? That's what they said. They had like some kind of scent infused in it.
Okay.
I started thinking later that it was the swim action, not the scent. But we caught a lot of fish on those, right? Because when what's his name bought Mega Shad, I don't know if he Uric can't know his first name. Anyway, I don't know if he infused the same stuff into them,
right? But
they still worked really good. Right?
Wow.
You know what I mean? Because when you see that thing swim, you're like, that thing looks freaking sweet.
Yeah,
and we
right.
caught 9-inch Mega Shad. And I'm not saying it. I'm not slamming anything else. I'm just saying that's what we were using at the time, right? The thing swam so good. So you're like, all right. So you're fishing with bunker, right? That's a big, wide fish, right? And a mega shad is like a long, skinny fish. What the hell? So when you see it swimming, it's a long, skinny fish. It's not like a wide-bodied fish. Yeah, but if you see it swim sideways, a bunker swim like this.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the same profile. And bunker when they're wounded swim sideways on the surface.
Yeah, right.
And it comes up poppers. I don't know why, but man, we caught
a load of fish.
Big fish, a lot of big fish.
Beautiful thing, DJ.
Yeah.
DJ.
So then I like the challenge of artificials, but I know I fish Long Island quite a bit, and we fish a lot of bait there, and rightfully so, it worked. We got big fish there, so I give it.
Absolutely, I know Billy the Greek is a big time bunker guy, as you know, and catch a lot of big fish on bunker. I'm one to believe that, everybody is to believe fresh bunker guys. Forget about frozen. You hear frozen, walk the other way. Fresh bunker. You want to keep that slime on there? Make sure the tackle shop that you're going to pick it up. A lot, I like to go to Jack's Bait and Tackle out in City Island. I ask him what time the boat is coming in. So I'm sitting in the tackle shop a half hour bullshitting with him. When I see the boat come in, I'm the first serve. Those bunker haven't even touched city water yet. What do I mean by that? Ice. So basically, I take those bunkers, 5 in a bag, plastic bag, and I put them in the ice. I do not let the bunker touch the ice. Right. I don't want any sniff, chlorine, nothing in there. That's right. I just want slime on there. That slime is like having, for me, chocolate chip sprinkles on my vanilla ice cream. Let me tell you something right now, boys. I'm not bullcrapping you. A couple of months ago, I was fishing the George Washington Bridge. Deep waters there. I go there with bunker, fresh bunker. The guys next to me were asking me, how are you getting the hits? Man, that was one time in my life I felt like a professional fisherman. I was like, well, what are you using? Herring. Well, that's even better than my bunker. I go, how old is the herring? Oh, it's frozen. Well, there's the answer right there. Frozen versus fresh. And I proved it right there. I kept getting hits. I'm a good guy. Turned around, gave him some, what is the matter, honey? You're shaking your hand at my face. and I'm ready to throw you off a roof right now. But anyway, other than that, going back to the bunker, see, you made me lose my concentration. You're going to ruin the whole show here.
Yeah, I'm just going to say that.
Yeah, go ahead, buddy.
That's exactly true. I've caught a lot of really big fish on bunker, and it's all about keeping them fresh.
Fresh, buddy. Yes.
You know, like if their eyes are hazed over, if they're mushy.
You got it. We call them zombie eyes. They're out.
It's a slime. It's a slime. They have to be same day caught.
Yep.
They have to have the slime.
Yep.
They can never touch water. They can never touch ice directly.
Are you listening to this? Mr. Poseidon said something right. Are you registering this? First show. Only took 5 years, but hey. Yeah.
Now, the faster you can get them from fresh, like coming out of the net.
Yep.
Onto ice in a bag, in bags is exactly like you said. Pack them in ice. And crushed ice is better because you have more surface coverage.
And that's what I do, DJ. I sit there, and the guy's going, what are you doing? I said, I'm crushing the ice. Relax. Because I'm getting in between all the nooks and crannies in that bag.
That's right.
So I'm keeping those bass as fresh as possible. So remember that, guys.
I have some great stories about catching or getting my fresh bunker. We used to get by the cooler. We used to wait for the bunker boat to come in.
Sure.
They keep it in the holds at 40 degrees, like in cold water. We go up there. So the first time I go up there, I have a cooler, and I'm like, "Hey, buddy, can I have some some bunker?" He's like, "Get the fuck out of here and don't ever come back." Fuck you.
Wow,
stuff, right?
7 times. Fuck you tonight.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah, I'm like, I got you, man. No problem. So what I do is I drove down to the liquor store, got a bottle of whiskey and a 12-pack of beer, and I walked back out to the dock, and I said, "Hey, man, can I get some bunker?" He goes, "Hey, what the fuck did I tell you?" So I opened the cooler. He was like, "Give me the cooler." He filled that thing up. I couldn't even carry it. It was so full.
Yeah, right on, buddy.
Right? No. So next time I needed bunker, same thing, right? Go out there. He's like, get that. I'm like, open the butt. Nope. There you go. Fill it up.
There you go.
And when he saw me coming, now he'd fill it up all back. I give him like 12 back, a bottle of whiskey.
Beautiful.
And I had the freshest bunker, and I was kicking ass.
God damn it, that whiskey just kicked the fucking show right there. God bless you. 10 times F you tonight. God bless this show. Let's go, baby. Hey, man, you guys are the best. You're listening to Let's Talk Fishing with Mr. Poseidon. I am Mr. Poseidon. I'm just like you guys. I fish as hard as I can. I grind as hard as I can. And I still end up with a 19-incher. I got to go fishing with you, DJ. I got to go fishing with you. But anyhow, so listen, brother, I appreciate you being on the show tonight. We don't go usually longer than an hour, but we do got you on tonight. So went a little longer, but I hate saying that it's the end of the freaking show. People got to, yeah, and plus I got to go to work, DJ. I got to go to work tonight, brother. It's my Friday night. Tomorrow morning I come home. I'll be fishing in Long Island. If you see me on the surf, you win a Van Store. Bullshit. You don't win nothing. I got to pay for this tournament coming up. My God, I got a lot of bills coming up.
Hey, we have a comment from Joe McCoy. He started fishing in the canal in 2018, but the most important thing I did was purchase DJ's book, Fishing the Cape Cod Canal.
Wow,
a
cool.
Surfcaster's Guide to Stripers. And
don't say anything about
my Bible filled with my notes.
Don't say anything about the canal. We're saving that for another show, DJ, please.
God bless you.
Yeah, but that's pretty cool. I want to read that again so everybody can hear that. I'm going to read it with my big mouth.
Oh, boy.
So that's Joe McCoy. Joe, what's up, buddy? Good to see you on the show again. Started fishing the canal in 2018, but the most important thing I did was purchase DJ's Fishing the Cape Canal. Did you hear that? Purchase DJ's book.
Read it right.
That's right. A Surfcaster's Guide to the Stripers. The book was my Bible. Build! Let's go, let's go. And God wasn't even involved in that book. Can you imagine that in that Bible? Woo! Let's go, baby. Thanks,
I love
Joy.
you, buddy.
There you go. Thank you, Joe. Appreciate that big time. Appreciate everybody coming to the show tonight. Been a great show. DJ's the man. But before we go, we got to do the giveaway. Honey.
Yes?
What the heck are we giving away tonight? Holy smoke. Well, let's pull out some stuff here. Oh, I got it. It's right here. Let's put up the overhead. No, that's not the overhead. There's the overhead. Let's put it on a little... Zoom it up here. So, guys, I got a nice lure for you. Listen to me.
Oh.
This is a nice freaking lure. This is wicked schooly. This is Lance. He's up in Narragansett. He only does show plugs. Why? Look at this freaking plug.
Wow.
This is nice, man. Lance, you are the man, dude. You make some great product, but not only am I going to give this one away tonight, we're going to give this one away. This is his new creation, the Rockfish. I love it. So there you go. You got this one, too. This is nice stuff. This looks like a piece of marble broken off from a marble. Added 2 eyes, and it's all set to go. But Vance is an excellent craftsman, especially in his artistry. Just look at this stuff. This is really, really nice. I bought these at the show. Guys, remember, I don't make bargains, and I don't look for bargains. If you guys have entered and on Instagram, if you entered the latest top left corner reel there, you're in this drawing right now for these 2 plugs. These are not cheap plugs, guys. These are quality merchandise. I know if Will Walker's still out there, he will vouch for me on that. Lance's buddy over there, and these guys in Rhode Island are great lure makers. They're all like just terrific guys, including Tony and Tigerizer Laws. I was trying to think of the name, but Tony, too, is involved in that. So many guys up there. Anyhow, this is the giveaway tonight. Good luck, guys. We're going to spin it off. And good luck to everybody out there. DJ, stand by before we go. We're just going to give this away right here.
Okay.
Good luck to everybody who entered. It's a nice package, man. These are $100 right here. Basically 2 lures. And they're not cheap lures, guys. You're getting top-of-the-line product here. All right? And the winner is...
It says Uncle Willie G.
Yo, Willie G, are you out there? You got
Uncle
10-second
Willie
countdown.
G.
Get the 10-second Mr. Poseidon countdown. 10, 9, Willie G. Hey, how you doing? Let's go, Willie. We're waiting for you. 3. No, where were you up to? 7? 7. Yeah, I went from 7 to 3. What? 6.
Oh, man.
5. Get that off, honey, so I can see the names coming
Oops.
up. 4 and 3. Come on, Willie G. Where are you? I want to see Willie G. Is he out there? He's not out there.
Willie G.
Next.
I know,
Willie J
Willie
says
J.
next. Yeah.
That's
All right, so 3, 2, and 1. Sorry, Willie G. We gave it a shot.
oops.
All right, so what happened, honey? What did you do?
Nothing. YouTube sometimes makes my chat disappear.
Yeah, this is no good. We need the chat because we won't know who won.
I know. Hold on.
Okay, we're waiting.
So I have to click here. Reload.
Reload. This is the thing about live, guys. This is what it's all
Well,
about.
we almost didn't even have the live. Remember, we
Yeah,
had an
we were
outage
out.
in the area.
We had an
It
outage
was
and we
pretty
didn't think it was
close
going to
to
work
not
out.
even,
All right, so
coming
let's
on.
go back to the next drawing, honey, and see who
hold
the
on.
winner is.
Let me finish getting the chat back.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
we can
get the
see.
chat back. Yeah.
Hold on, everybody.
You chatty bastards, you. You
Hold on,
chatty
hold on.
guys. You guys are great. Rick Talaferro, what's up, buddy?
So anyway.
All right.
All right.
Whenever
so.
you're ready. All right, so the winner is... Oh, shoot.
Oh.
And the winner is... Come on, you can do it.
Pressure, pressure, pressure.
Okay.
How come you're not... You got to install it, honey.
I know.
If you
Hold
don't
on,
install
because I
it, then
gotta
it
get
doesn't
the link
work.
all over again. Everything got messed up.
Yep, I could see that.
It happens.
Thanks
And
for
the
hanging
winner
out,
is...
DJ.
Oh, my God. Look what came up. Read it.
Oh, we have Willie J.
Willie J. We went from Willie G to Willie
G
J.
to Willie J.
Unbelievable.
Oh.
Willie J, are you out there? Let's hear you. Let's hear it from Willie J. Got 10-second countdown, buddy. Yeah, Will Walker. Lance makes some beautiful stuff, and it will swim. That's right, buddy. He does. He makes some good stuff, as you can see right here. Winner right now, Willie J. There he is. He says he's here. I see him on the board. Congratulations to Willie J. Willie, you've been a follower on the channel. Make sure you send me your address again. I know you've won before, but send me your address on Instagram, and we'll send it out to you. Guys, thank you so much. Let's get back to DJ for a little bit. DJ, anybody else that you want to say hello to or thank you or whatever you want to say?
No.
Any shout-outs?
Yeah. I don't know how I got on there twice, but I'm trying to figure it out.
What do you mean?
This is fun.
Yeah.
Shout outs. I don't like to yell, but I want to say hi to my brother.
There you go.
He's the best brother a man can have.
Wow. I wish I felt the same way, but anyhow.
We had a lot of good times together.
Yeah.
He's a
Nice.
great brother. And Big Frank, who was on last week.
Nice.
Great shop. Good stuff. Dave Anderson's birthday last week.
Happy
I wanna say hi
birthday,
to
Dave.
Anderson.
Yeah.
I want to say hi to my crazy friend Mark Richards, who's a up and coming ace. He's going to be good. He's very good. He finds big fish. Him and George are on it, man. And I want to say hi to those guys. I want to say hi Abe on the vineyard if he's watching. I don't know if he is. I want to say hi Don Gill.
There you go.
One of the best plug builders on the coast.
Wow.
Hi to him. Glenn Lewis, another good plug builder. And that's it.
Awesome.
Travis and Troy, my two homies. from
There you
Jersey.
go.
Miss you guys.
Thank
And
you so
whoever else-
much.
If I missed you, text me and curse at me, and I'll cut it.
We'll pick it up on the next show. DJ, thank you so much, bro. I know this wasn't like a planned thing, but you came through on Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to everybody out there. Happy Father's Day. I always wanted to
man,
be a
it's
father,
great
but
to be here with you. I appreciate it.
yeah,
Thank you.
no
Thank
doubt.
You for
We thank you,
spending
I heard
DJ.
you're a
Thank
big
you for
mother, but so
yeah. Thank you for spending
we'll see.
the time with us, DJ.
Thank you everybody for coming on and
Yeah,
saying
yeah.
hi and stuff. I'm
Absolutely.
always available. If you need my contact, I guess you could.
Yep. DJ Fishman 51 on Instagram, correct?
Yes.
Yeah,
And you
we'll leave
still
that
have
on the.
your Facebook as D Muller, right?
Yeah, D.E. Muller. They
Yep.
wouldn't let me use my
D.
real
Muller.
name. They said my real name DJ is fake, so I had to make up D. I know.
There you
It's
go.
I'll
really
put the
weird,
links
but-
in the description. All
There you
good.
go.
Yes, it's D.E.E. Muller. That's my Facebook.
Got it. Excellent.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much
Thank
for
you.
coming on, DJ.
DJ,
It's my pleasure.
Thanks, buddy.
My pleasure always.
God bless everybody. Thanks
We'll
for
catch
coming
up
up to
when
the
we take up
show.
on that offer.
Oh, yeah, DJ, I'm waiting for you, buddy. I'm not kidding around. When I tell you how it is, I said it on the air. You come up to the challenge, I got your room and board covered, buddy. Thank you so much,
Yeah.
DJ. God bless, and I'm hoping to see you up there. Don't bring too many women because there's a lot of hungry guys up here. All right?
Yeah.
Good
All right, guys,
night,
I'll talk to you later.
everybody.
God bless you, brother.
Good night.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, everybody, and we'll see you
Next
next
time.
week. Let's go, let's go.
Boom.